Europe may see forced deindustrialization as a result of the energy crisis, authored by Irina Slav via oilprice.com and Zero Hedge. European industries, including ferroalloys, fertilizer plants, and specialty chemicals, are shutting down as a result of the ongoing energy crisis. Certain industries may not come back, even if the energy crisis eases. An increasingly tight regulatory environment is another reason for deindustrialization in Europe. The European Union has been quietly celebrating a constant decline in gas and electricity consumption this year amid record-breaking prices, a cutoff of much of the Russian gas supply, and a liquidity crisis in the energy market. Yet the cause for celebration is dubious. Businesses are not just curbing their energy use and continuing on a business-as-usual basis. They're shutting down factories, downsizing, or relocating. Europe may well be on the way to deindustrialization. That the European Union is heading for a recession is now quite clear to anyone watching the indicators. The latest there, the Eurozone manufacturing activity, fell to the lowest since May 2020. The October reading for S&P Global PMI is also signaled a looming recession, falling on the month and being the fourth monthly reading below 50, an indication of an economic contraction. In perhaps worse news, however, Germany conglomerate BASF said last month it would permanently downsize in its home country and expand in China. The announcement served as a blow to the government trying to juggle energy shortage with climate goals without extending the lives of nuclear power plants. The European chemical market has been growing only weekly for about a decade, and the significant increase in natural gas and power prices over the course of this year is putting pressure on chemical value chains, said BASF. Yet it's worth noting that the energy crisis is not the only reason for BASF plans to shrink its presence at home and grow abroad. Increasingly tighter EU regulations was also a factor behind this decision, Brudermüller said. Other industries also seem to have problems with the EU regulations. The trade body for the steel and aluminum industries, which have also suffered significantly from the energy cost inflation, recently proposed that the EU take a gradual approach with its new cross-border adjustment mechanism, also known as the important carbon tax. The CBAM was convinced as a way of leveling the playing field for European industrial businesses subjected to strict emission regulations that make its production costlier compared to the production of countries with laxer emission standards, of course, such as China, one of the biggest polluters of the world. Yet it would also make important feedstock for the European steel and aluminum industries costlier too, adding to the pain these industries are really feeling because they're also among the most energy intensive ones. A tenth of Europe's crude steel production capacity has already been idled, according to estimates from Jefferies. All zinc smelters have curbed production, and some have shut down. Half of the primary aluminum production has shut down as well, and in fertilizer, 70% of factories have been idled because of new energy shortage. Chemical plants are also curbing their activities. Ferroalloys furnaces are going cold, and plastics and ceramic manufacturing is shrinking as well. Some of these businesses might choose to eventually relocate to a place with cheaper and more widely available sources of energy, contributing to deindustrialization across Europe. As for the best candidate for this relocation, according to some observers, is in the United States, with its abundant gas reserves, rising production, and friendly investment climate. Meanwhile, one thing has become crystal clear: reduced energy consumption in Europe's industrial sectors is really no cause for celebration. If anything, it's a cause for concern and urgent action on the part of decision makers. The gas price cap the EU agreed on recently might help a bit, but since it's tied to lower consumption, it's not really a solution for businesses looking to stay in business. It's a life support system. This is by Irina Slava from Oil Price. It's on Zero Hedge. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.